Hey guys, it's your girl Sarah from Hot in Juba, and today we're going to be interviewing a very interesting personality, and that is Silver X. And today we'll be talking about his new album, that is Beledi Jemil. Beledi Jemil is a very interesting album with a lot of wonderful songs, and it talks about the beauty of South Sudan. So stay tuned and let's interview Silver X, and I hope you guys enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hi.
It's so happy to interview you today. I'm really so happy and so glad.
I'm more than glad to be part of this, amazing moment with Hot in Juba. Hot in Juba has been like a part of Silver X from the beginning of it until today, and I'm more than glad.
That's so amazing. Today we'll be talking about Beledi Jemil. Tell me, how many songs does this album comprise of?
19 songs.
19 songs. This is amazing. And was it hectic recording the album, and how long did it take?
It wasn't hectic for me because I've been doing this for more than a decade, but it was interesting doing it because I had to create something new in the album. I had to do something for my country and create a new sound for my country, like an identity of a South Sudanese, sound. That's what made it interesting, and also working with some new producers I met in the course of my journey. So it was all interesting.
Amazing. When did you launch Beledi Jemil?
We did launch Beledi Jemil like on the 2nd of July, 2022. In Tuscany La Cote, and had a couple of guys, a couple of companies like that, stood up for this album, like Digital South Sudan and Spectrum South Sudan and City Review. So, we had to come together because we're all doing this for the country. Yeah.
That's amazing. So, talking about Beledi Jemil and having 19 songs, which of them do you think is the lead songs from the album? Because obviously, in an album, there's always the kind of most viewed songs or most listened to songs, and every artist monitors his music and sees how they're progressing and stuff like that. So, which is your most listened to song or songs, like if you can list them?
I have a lot of songs which are like the most listened, from a decade ago until today. But specifically for now, like I could say like short, like let's say we had for the Shokol, we had Wele, we had Masura, we had Anabori, we had Bambata Deng, we had Carolina. These are all albums, and we have Moala. We had Sagalove, and now we have Beledi Jemil, which we made a hashtag of BJ16, meaning Beledi Jemil 16. 16 means like my 16th album. Okay. That's what made it like so interesting.
That's your 16th album?
Yeah.
This is something very interesting to know. You said you have 16 albums. When did you start singing, or when did you start music?
That was a couple of years back. Let me say, a decade ago. Probably that time you were still
10 years ago?
Yeah. No, probably like 15 years ago.
15 years.
Yeah,
That's
and now we have my 16th album. And remember, like those days, we did albums like 6 songs were enough for an album. Tapes,
yeah.
The tapes, yeah. 3 on the other side, 3 on this side, and then have a repeat of some. Yeah.
That's amazing. I've viewed Beledi Jemil album audios on YouTube, and I've seen the most viewed, the one that has the most views is Ochelebe. It's part of the album, right?
Yeah.
Ochelebe. Tell me what Ochelebe means.
Ochelebe means a village champion. Like someone in Arinaka would be like, somebody wants to be like you. Could be your friend, could be your family member, could be anybody who is close to you. And then they see how you've made it in the city, from the village or from the state to the city. And then you've made it, they want to come to the city and be like you. And then they have to figure the ways out, and probably they find it like in the wrong way, And then you come from there, find yourself, and then realize it is not easy to make it in the city. You understand? It's just not like out of the blue. Yeah, so that's the meaning of Chelo, like means like a village champion. Don't just come from the village and start acting like you understand the city. The city has a lot to understand, you get. So that I brought a song like to educate, the youth. Don't just run from the state, don't just run from the village to the city, because here is very hard. Come, learn, then build up.
They call you Ustaz Dunia, sir?
Yeah.
Ustaz Dunia. Who came up with this slogan, and how do you back up this?
Ustaz Dunia was a blessing to me, let me say. A blessing because after I did a song of Fatih Shokol, and then one very elderly person said, after hearing the song and how the song made an impact in the country, He said, I'm just not an artist. You are a world teacher. Barabi lakin the gulu ustaz ta dunia. Italo ustaz. Because the message I give in my songs is a message more than a teacher can give in a classroom. So I teach the world, I teach my country, I educate my country, I inform them, I create awareness for my country on a positive living out of music, not just being taught in school with the pen and the paper, a chalkboard and a blackboard. I mean, a chalk and a blackboard too. So he gave me that name and I embraced it because that's what I do. I do my music to educate, to inform, to entertain my country. That's all I do.
That is so amazing, so right. Beledi Jemil, there is artists and people that featured on this album. You can like tell us some of them?
Yeah, in this album I had to be very careful to pick the artists that had to feature in the album. I made sure like they are loved and their intentions in the industry are very positive about the country, you understand? So I picked Coco-san, he's a super artist right now.
Yeah.
People love him, love his music. I also picked Hard Live Avenue Stars, that's Light as a Genius and Naked Prince. I also picked Spice Diana from Uganda, based on, you know, how she does her things and her connectivity, you know, with South Sudanese. And then I picked Spice Diana. And also I have a collaboration called Show Me Love with my boys. I call them my sons, like that's from the HLME, that's Holy Music Empire. Navi Gabana, one super artist, the Zumba hitmaker, and then I also have Nipsey Kid, you know, in the album. So it is what it is, but I think I made the right choice based on what people have seen in the album, because every song in the album, every collab in the album is a smash hit. Yeah.
Beledi Jemil is the talk of the town.
Yes.
This album is like a boom and it's so much amazing. What's your favorite song of the album? Do you have a favorite song from the album?
In the album, my favorite song is Beledi Jemil. You know how it feels like for you to say my country is beautiful,
yeah.
And based on how, you know, guys have been talking negative about South Sudan. You know, we South Sudanese have been talking about our country, but looking at the picture, and I see how people praise their countries, I felt there was need for us to talk the good about our country. You understand? And then the Beledi Jemil comes in, and for sure, I know your country is beautiful. This is this country. We share the same country. You feel what I feel.
I do.
Beledi Jemil, and that's it. So we build the album within that context, you know, putting that good image of our country to the world. That's what the world deserves to know. Understand? The negatives of our country, they're small issues. We don't have to put them like really so much up there. So that's the inspiration of the album, is from the beauty of my country, the culture of my country, the people of my country. That's how we came with that inspiration, and then we build the album around that. That's what the album is called, Beledi Jemil.
Okay. You brought me to something that is very important when it comes to South Sudanese artists. Sometimes, and we have it in history already, that people sing negatively about the country. Belede biga karabu, belede mabinaja, belede kida, belede zatu batal, kuliom nas gimutu, stuff like that. And then you highlighted the fact that in all that South Sudan is going through, Beledi Jemil, this is positivity itself. This is love of the nation. So what would you tell South Sudanese and South Sudanese artists in general to like have them have a positive view rather than the negative view about South Sudan and their country?
I think, you know, I don't have to go door to door some stuff. We had to build this album and build it like around the beat of the country. Like I said before, the culture, the people, the hospitality. I think we're the most hospitable people in the country, I mean in the world. I swear you'll go anywhere in the world, you will never be received like when you come to South Sudan. You know, when you step in this land, you feel that it's love, you feel that it's hospitality, you feel you're welcomed, you feel this is home, you know. But our youth used to put the bad image of, South Sudan, Juba Batal, you know, kida and stuff. That's the image. They were giving a wrong image, but this is a real picture. So we divine this picture in this album. When you listen to the album, Beledi Jemil, on all the digital platforms, you know, you will understand the beauty of South Sudan. So this album defines the beauty of our country.
Thank
So
you so
we must
much.
always focus on the most beautiful things we have in our land. The Nile, the forest, the people,
tribes.
the food, the tribes, the cultural values.
Yeah.
You hear the song playing on the background?
Yeah.
There's a song. The drums, you know, creating a new sound for South Sudan. So when you go out, travel anywhere in the world, and you play this song, it is South Sudanese. I'm sure like it's a sound you've never heard before.
True.
And yeah, that's what it is.
Thank you so much, Silver X. It was so much fun and interesting interviewing you. So I'm going to give you this chance to give a shout out to all South Sudanese, to all people that supported your album, and then a last message for all your viewers in Hot in Juba.
Okay, I'd like to say like to every South Sudanese out there, we've done a lot of mistakes when we were born and when we were alive like this. Our leaders, our land and all that, we've said a lot of things bad about our country, but that has never helped us. So what happens is like now, we have to flip the books, you understand, and say out the things that we love about this country, the things that are, you know, deservingly supposed to be shown out, you know, to the screens, like other people do in their countries, understand. South Sudan is a beautiful country. It has beautiful cultures, unique, fresh and virgin, you understand. So we have to get this and let the world know this is what South Sudan has. Apart from the gold, the oil, the whatever, the mercury and all these things out, the people are beautiful. The culture is beautiful. So how about we start sending out this, you know, culture out to the world out there? Let them know us for the good that we are. You know, I believe we have all the power to become better than Dubai, because what we have is more than what Dubai has. But they had to put it together. You know, they thought faster before we did. But now it's time for us to wake up and build our country, you understand? Build our country, put the roads up straight, put the hospital, put the schools, so we don't have to take our kids out to other countries for studies. Sure. We don't have to take our people outside, you know, to get treatment, you understand? Mm-hmm. You get, so we have all the capacity to do what we have to do in our country. Let's build this land. If you know your country is beautiful, as much as I know, let's celebrate it. Let's let the world know it. That's everything about Beledi Jemil album. You know, I just ask you guys, let's stop the negativity, rise up the positivity, build the nation up. Whatever happened, let it go in the past. Forgive anybody who has ever offended you. Understand? Let's move on as a country. That's all the picture we have in this Beledi album, Jemil. You know, Beledi Jemil means my country is beautiful. And I know this is a reality. It's not a lie. If you're South Sudanese all over the world watching us right now through Hot in Juba, please take this and pass to your neighbors. Tell the world we have the best country in the world. We have all the resources. We're going to rise up. We're going to build this country more than Dubai. Give us time. That's all I ask.
Beledi Jemil.